Hello and welcome. This is the 13th day of February 2018. So let's do a budget. A gold and silver budget 2018 style. Back in the days of finance school, they talked a lot about how important doing a budget was when working your monthly purchases. So hey, let's do it. We're looking at the weekly chart for silver, which has been just choppy as anything for the last few years. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this to break out of the 18 average band that it's been in for the last year and a half. So I'll continue to wait. At first it was rising in the first few periods of this test. Then it was flattish, although the 18 average of highs went down first. And now they're both starting to barely decline, but it's just really going sideways, staying within this band. So it's almost difficult to say that when I do my budget, I'm going to accurately be able to predict these gold and silver prices moving forward. I know that if it comes down here, it's got a decent chance, I would think, of having support. I think we'd have to have market turmoil of major proportions to break down below this level. But even then, and maybe holding a lower floor level, maybe 15, I guess that's possible if it breaks down below. And then maybe you can have a break above here, but really not do much as well, and just extend another floor higher on the range. And I know at some point when it breaks, it's got to go to like 31 as its next level. It's not like it has to go to 31. But if you're talking about Fibonacci analysis, that's almost where that next key level is breaking above $20.94, I think the Fibonacci level I have in on place. What's this high? 21.13. That is the gold, or excuse me, silver chart. Let's move on to gold. And on its monthly time frame, and given the dollar index weakness that I am seeing, I like these consistent higher lows that it is facing. And as far as how major of a level we are within this current resistance field, yes, it would be major. You can call this an ascending triangle, but there's even more to it within the downtrend. Either way, I think it's ready to break out. So therefore, let's try to figure out where the price of gold is going to reach. And to do this, I'm going to just go to the end of the year. Let's put this in a different time frame, say the weekly chart. And let's remove these bigger drawing circles now. So how would I draw in how I think gold would go? Interesting situation. Maybe a little bit of move back to this band here next. And then we'll see a shoot up to about maybe 15. Maybe come back in here. Have a decent size move up to about 1570. And then maybe do something like that. So then, if I'm to calculate this on a spreadsheet, which is what I'm planning on doing, this is the forecast that we're going to be using. We're going to have Litecoin, silver, and gold. So I don't think gold's going to be changing too much from now to March 31st, because I think it might, if it goes down a bit, it starts to come up. So I'm going to put in 1335. But then we're going to have a nice little breakout above, as I have written in here. So we're looking at May. We're looking at maybe going up to, like, say 1400 within that time frame. As we end June, Okay, we'll use that high, which is, we'll say 1472 as where I think it's going to go. Middle of August. Let's move to that next. So we'll use the retracement lows in this example. We'll go 1400 even. So back to the June levels. And then as we go into September, what day in September? September 30th. Okay, we pretty much were already there. So I'm just going to move it up to maybe here and then end it going to 1600. So we'll do maybe another little bit there. 1488 and 1600. So then silver, we'll say, will stay about the same as well. Then during uptrend, let's say silver goes to 1777. Goes up some more. Say it goes up to even 19. It's got a good push higher, but it's going to pull back as well. So we'll say it pulls back to 18. And then we'll even say it loses a little bit of its glow versus gold in this time, but it gets it back. Maybe it's at 20 now. And then it's got a huge break. We're talking, oh my goodness, silver's back to 24. Now, as far as Litecoin analysis is concerned, which is really the mechanism to acquire gold and silver, I would think it's the best one. It's my best one right now so far this year. The only way I have bought any precious metals this calendar year has been with Litecoin. So far the trade-off has been 50 troy ounces for about 5.5 Litecoin. The price of Litecoin, I think, on March the 31st, where are we going to stand? I think it's going to move a lot within Bitcoin. So I'm going to go to how I think Bitcoin is going to be moving. And on March the 31st, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin is testing its old highs. So let's just say the same thing. Let's just say Litecoin is up to 400. Into May, I think Bitcoin's going to be doing very, very, very well. I'm going to go around 20,000. So let's just assume Litecoin has already now hit that 1,000 barrier level and is doing very well itself and continues to just soar into this year, as this is where we'll say Litecoin gets its big whatever announcement. It's now at 4,500 for the year, although we're going to be seeing a top for a period. Maybe you get some merchant information that's good, but just the bottom line is it's well above the 18 average on all time frames, and then it tops. So say August the 15th, and I do think it's going to be a lot like last year, where sometime as we end the summer, we're going to see some retracements. So let's just go 1475, then it comes back down to only losing 3x. That's normal in this business, and it is. Okay, so September, say we get some glow back, we're back to 26. I pushed the left arrow button, or page down I pushed. That scared me actually. I was like, where did my info go? 2675. But then let's assume the end of the year comes in like last year, things go well again, we're back to the, we'll say we're just broke the 5,000 highs, and then at the end of December, we talk about getting $8,000 Litecoin. These are things that are mathematically possible. What I have on this column here is how much you would get. So if I wanted to say with one Litecoin, I would get 8.5 in that of gold. Let me select this in a center format to look better. I guess even this one as well. But in reality, on March the 31st, if that was to come, if Litecoin's up to 400, I don't see why I'm not going to spend even just a small amount, like 5 Litecoin again, even 4. Because 4 will get me 87 ounces of silver and give me an ounce of gold. But I don't want an ounce of gold. Not there, no way, no how. Okay, so now May comes. and it's $1,000 Litecoin. Who cares if silver's went from 16.5 to 17.75? It's went down and you're loving it. At least I am. Okay, let's make a bit bigger of a number because I got a lot of Litecoin. I got a few hundred. So getting rid of, say, a dozen of them, I mean, that gets me my monster box. I got my monster box, and I might even get an ounce of gold on top of that as well. So there we would have a beautiful purchase. But then to see, oh my goodness, 4,500. I had a dream many a months ago from this time where I know I'm going to buy a monster box and it's not going to cost much of my cryptos. Well, I guess that would be true there, but in a situation like this, I want to have a probably decent liquidation mode. Maybe I could get out of 30, and I'm hoping my Litecoin numbers go up just via trading. Oh, 6,400 ounces of silver. I'm going to start to want to get gold because how am I going to do this? Will these online merchants have no problem sending it to me? I've seen the prices of it when you buy like 5,000. It's not the greatest, but I mean, just to get 5,000 ounces to your house, yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. And then of course, if the price dips to 14.75, let's buy 0. If it goes back up to 26.75, I probably would not be buying much gold or silver at this stage after I bought a few thousand ounces. Now granted, let's just assume my portfolio goes way up because I have a few good successful trades here and there. And if I get to the situation where on June 30th Litecoin is 4,500 and on September 30th Litecoin is 2,675, I am going to be hoping that at least via trades, not counting my withdrawals, that my portfolio would be about the same as it was before, and hopefully with the Litecoin that I would sell in the market, I could buy some of that back, do some other successful trades here and there. But even if I'm barely down, or even if I'm making a few gains here and there, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just buy another monster box or something? It's only going to cost me a little under 5 Litecoin just because I can. It would be something I would do. And then I realized, man, September 30th, I was thinking about waiting to buy it, meaning I was going to pass because I felt it can go to 5,000 soon. And well, it does. And well, 5 could have got me now 2 monster boxes, and well, I definitely could have got an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold on top of that. But now we have a situation where silver is really expensive because it would be $24 at the end of the year, with prospects of it going much, much higher. And gold at 1,600. Well, it's just so expensive to buy. Well, let's just assume that I wanted to buy 50 Litecoin worth because I just realized I can. 15,000 ounces of silver. Where would I put it? I know where I could put I've got several 230 ounces. Not that many, but I can store 230 ounces and know what to do with it. But where would I put 15,000 ounces of silver to go along with the other? I guess after I got 5,000 ounces that I would buy at the end of June, I'll figure that out. I mean, I should forecast storage, I guess, too. However, one good place, I think it's simple, especially for those who can protect their bedrooms when they're not there, is some way under their bed. Because if any type of criminal happens to come in, especially at nighttime when you're sleeping, well, now they got to get through you that way. It's just one idea, especially if in the glove compartment beside you you have some sort of weapon that can protect against situations like that. That's just one example of such. I want to be careful with some of the best ways I've found of storing silver because I've pretty much put them in all of them. So I like not to share them too much because it's things that nobody thinks of. But that's just the basic safe ones. And then a safe in itself is obvious as well. And some of the storage companies out there, you check into them, but quite frankly, I would want to make sure I could always get my silver available to me whenever. But if you're traveling the world and you want to have some in New York City, some in London, some in Toronto, some in Dubai, that's, I guess, when you start to get past these numbers here, because let's just assume that it works out that we get to say, I don't know, we have $200,000 Bitcoin people talk about, and a ratio of 10 to 1 would be like 20, let's say 22,500. And I have 100 Litecoin I want to buy. I would get 85,000 ounces of silver. Not bad, but where would I put it? Well, thank you for tuning into the video, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye. And of course, everything's within your own risk and reward. And these numbers I'm just trying to estimate, but I do think an amazing buying opportunity in precious metals is going to be coming very soon, and not there long after that, an amazing selling opportunity. Take care.